Elite Facts presents
A woman with X-ray vision. A man who can eat an entire plane. A bodybuilder with muscles like Hulk. Sounds like comic book fiction, right? But what if I were to tell you these people are real and are but a few of a wider collection of even weirder people? Witness comic book lore turned into reality with these 25 of the world's most bizarre people.
1.
Edward Smith of Washington made headlines after admitting he has had sex with over 1,000 cars. It might sound crazy, but this car lover has been living with his 1967 Volkswagen Beetle, whom he named Vanilla, and considers it his girlfriend.
2.
Karen Overhill had an extreme case of multiple personality disorder. In 1999, she began finding herself in strange places with no idea how she had gotten there. She discovered bookmarks farther into her books beyond the point she recalled reading to. She heard voices at night, recapping the day's events, and often ran into people who knew her when she had no recollection of any prior encounter with them. She eventually discovered she had been living with 17 distinct personalities, and eventually found a cure to get rid of them all.
3.
You'd think going without sleep for that long may have its drawbacks, but not for the man in central Quang province. His inability to sleep has not only made him famous, but also represents a miraculous phenomenon worthy of scientific study. Hai Ngoc, known as Hai Ngoc, said he could not sleep after getting a fever in 1973 and has counted infinite numbers of sheep for more than 41 years.
4.
Living in the city of Nagpur, India, Bhagat claimed that he'd always felt self-conscious about his big belly. On a hot summer night in 1999, 36-year-old Bhagat was rushed to the hospital because his stomach was so swollen that he could barely breathe. The amazed doctors discovered that inside Sanjay's belly was the half-formed body of an infant boy, Bhagat's twin brother that was never born.
5.
Over the course of 40 years, Frenchman Michel Lotito ate an estimated 9 tons of metal. How did he do so? In his youth, Lotito suffered from pica, a mental disorder in which people compulsively eat non-food items such as dirt and plastic. Once he started experimenting with more dangerous items such as nails and glass, he learned that the incredibly thick lining of his stomach and intestines allowed him to consume almost anything. Soon, Lotito turned his affliction into a career and went down in history as a man who literally ate everything. He died in 2007 from natural causes unrelated to his eating habits.
6.
In 2010, a 101-year-old Chinese woman named Zhangrui Fang shocked her friends, family, and the rest of the world when she made headlines for growing a devil-like horn on top of her head.
7.
David Allen Baden, also known as Pope Michael, is an American citizen and conclavist claimant to the papacy. Baden was elected by a group of 6 laypeople, including himself and his parents, who had come to believe that the post-Vatican II Catholic Church had seceded from the Catholic faith, and that there has been no legitimate popes elected since the death of Pope Pius XII in 1958.
8.
Alex Lenke is a hypnotist with incredible powers of suggestion. Lenke's powers are so strong that the 68-year-old from Surrey, England, once underwent invasive ankle surgery without anesthesia.
9.
Natasha Demchenko is known in her native Russia as the girl with X-ray eyes. She claims to have the ability to see through people's skin right into their insides. She has shut down even her most vicious critics with her creepy but totally accurate medical diagnoses.
10.
Gino Martinez is a professional wrestler and entertainer who fascinates audiences with his superhuman ability to smash through things with his skull. Rumors say it's better for a car to hit you on a street than Gino's head.
11.
Brazilian bodybuilder Romário dos Santos Alves was so desperate to emulate the Incredible Hulk that he actually injected his arms with a potentially lethal combination of oil and alcohol. The 25-year-old risked his life in the process and almost had both arms amputated. His grotesquely swollen muscles have earned him cruel nicknames such as Beast and Monster.
12,
Mitsuo Matayoshi is a Japanese political activist known for his perennial candidacy. Matayoshi was trained as a Protestant preacher and through his religious studies developed a particular concept of Christianity strongly influenced by eschatology. In 1997, he established the World Economic Community Party, a political party based on his conviction that he is God.
13,
Almost 43 years ago, a World War II Japanese soldier by the name of Hiro Onoda was found in the jungles of Guam, having survived there for nearly 3 decades. Under orders to not surrender under any circumstances, Hiro Onoda fought a one-man war and only surrendered when Major Yoshimi Taniguchi, who had since become a bookseller, personally came to give him the order.
14,
Eileen Brown from Baden, England, has had more than a dozen operations over the past 2 decades. Her only remaining natural joints are her left hip and left elbow.
15,
Mehran Karimi Nasseri is an Iranian refugee who lived in the departure lounge of Terminal 1 in Charles de Gaulle Airport in France from August 26, 1988 until July 2006. His story became the main inspiration and basis for the Tom Hanks movie, The Terminal.
16,
Yoshido Nakamatsu is a Japanese inventor claiming to hold the world record for the most inventions, over 3,000, including the floppy disk and Pyeon spring shoes. He has been photographing and retrospectively analyzing every meal he has consumed during a period of 40 years.
17,
Jill Price claims to remember everything since her teens, such as what time she awoke, what she ate, who she met. All of this is in her brain and can be triggered by songs, smells, or locations. She considers it a curse because since she can't forget things, it is a burden on her sanity and does not give her much peace.
18,
Esko Ronningsbakken is an extreme artist from Norway who travels all around the globe to enact incredible, death-defying performances. He's usually performing balancing acts at the tops of lethal drops, such as canyons and cliffs. He first got into the art of balancing when he was 5 years old and has been shocking the world with his amazing feats ever since.
19,
Michelle Kubke, a 26-year-old woman from Germany, has shrunk her waist down from 25 inches to 16 by wearing a corset every day for 3 years, even while sleeping. And despite having a waist smaller than most catwalk models, she says she hopes to whittle her waist down to a shocking 14 inches.
20,
Sadhu Amar Bharati first raised his arm in 1973 in honor of the god Shiva and hasn't put it down since.
21,
Vimhouse, a Dutch world record holder, adventurer, and daredevil, commonly nicknamed the Iceman, for his extraordinary ability to withstand below freezing temperatures. Keep in mind that he once submerged himself in an ice bath for 1 hour and 52 minutes.
22,
Lal Bihari is an Indian farmer and activist from Amilo who was officially dead between 1975 and 1994. He fought with the Indian bureaucracy for 19 years to prove that he was indeed alive and well.
23,
On June 29th, 2011, a 53-year-old woman named Cynthia Martel was found dead in her home on the 1500 block of Laguna Avenue. The crazy thing about this story is that 97% of her body was covered with tattoos, which pretty much made her the most tattooed woman in recorded history.
24,
Francisco Domingo Joaquin is an ordinary man from Angola with an extraordinary ability. He's the proud holder of the record for the world's biggest mouth. His mouth measures 17 centimeters, 6.69 inches, and he can fit anything in it from soda cans to his wallet.
25,
Although he never got his hair officially measured and acknowledged by the Guinness Book of World Records, Vietnamese herbalist Tran Van Hay was known as the man with the longest hair in the world. According to his wife, Tran hadn't gotten a haircut in more than 50 years and only washed it a few times, the last time being 11 years ago. Unfortunately, Tran Van Hay died in 2010 at the age of 79.
Thanks for watching another amazing video, folks. Subscribe for more from Elite Facts.